nose, I'm trying to find my reason. Lay it out on the line, ain't no looking back. Giving my all with no strings attached. Came from the bottom, rose through the cracks. Spotlight on you, boy, how you gon' act?
I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it go. Now I get it go. Now I get it go. Now I get it go.
Ain't it crazy how them tables turn? You can fold or you can stand firm. I'm a real one, so I ain't concerned. I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch you work, watch him hate, watch him lurk. Can't relate, watch you skirt. Out the mud, out the dirt, above the waters, in the murks, out the gate, on site. Red breed, red tight, set the bar, take flight. Yeah, I been grinding since a young and they told me my timing was coming. I been hustling with no fun and forget all the fame, get the money. I'm out in LA where it's sunny. I been eating since a young and since we ain't have food in our tummy. The life we was living ain't funny, but you cannot take nothing from me. Put that on my mama, my daughter, my cousin, my brother, I'll show you. Way better than I can tell you. The type of dreams that they sell you. That's why I learned from my failures. Don't do the handouts or the favors. Told my brother I'ma get this paper. Was left behind, I'll see it later. To keep it real, you don't need to wait up. Lay it out on the line, ain't no looking back. Giving my all with no strings attached. Came from the bottom, rose through the cracks. Spotlight on you, boy, how you gon' act?
I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it go. 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 I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it go. 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 I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it go. Now I get it go.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just to flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked. Can I?
Hey, could count on my power. Hey, look at my dogs from. It was way back then, could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich and went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. How did the lady go miss? Her she was magic, she mixed. Met her at one of the functions, we caught her the rhythm, she caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just to flex, I went and bought a chain.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A man who played collegiately here in the Keystone State. 2nd and 11. They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Ball carrier tackled at the 25-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. He's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First carry for Royce Freeman. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Second and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
First down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
Brought down at the 42.
You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Quick throw out wide by Wentz. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
A 4-yard pickup.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
Now a play fake. Wentz. It's caught by OBJ. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
1st down.
first down. It's Freeman, and not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
He's brought down at the 20.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On play action, it's Wentz. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. He finds Beckham complete and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal from the 3. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Royce Freeman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting the loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed, and this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked.
Zerline set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
25-yard line.
First carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Tackle made back at the 22-yard line.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, Bridgewater. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Score Browns 7, Steelers nothing.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. Play fake. Bridgewater. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Now Austin. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Browns will take over, first and 10.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
A gain of
on any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On play action, Wentz rolling to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
This defense is really fooling around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Second and 11 now. Wentz eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Third and 11, and some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. Wentz now to throw. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive, and they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now
and
they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry for James Conner, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
On the carry.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
The Browns' 34-yard line.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted by the Browns.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll run on first down. Freeman, and he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. This is Freeman, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. A quick toss outright. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
Odell Beckham Jr.
A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And the Browns first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
50 seconds. Mike, 50 seconds. Here we go,
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. Room here to run. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 38 yards on the scamper there. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
They find some open field here. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now this time, Wentz will throw. He'll buy some time right. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Here's 2nd and 10.
Use the mark. Use the mark. Let's go, man. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Slip.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. So we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing is Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Final play of the half. Bridgewater. Open man is Trey Burton. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Oh, nope, never had a chance. Well to the right, no good. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater. And this is Parker, complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He sets to fire deep, and he fires one that's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Brought him down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Wynn's going to try and throw on 3rd. And that's complete. Albert Okuebuna. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
A gain of 5.
3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. On 1st down, it's Freeman. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Wentz. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
Again, it's Mixon. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Throwing deep for Galladay. Oh, and Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Coming left, it's Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Now Wentz. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 12.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wentz. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Back now in Pittsburgh, as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
A handoff to Mixon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, it's Bridgewater. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Kenny Golladay, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll run on first down. Freeman, and he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Wentz. That's complete, Okuebuna. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. A tie game in the fourth quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, it's Freeman. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Second and 6. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long. Pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to get this to Austin, complete. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Their own 2-yard line.
Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what did they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how did they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. Out of his end zone, Bridgewater. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. In a tie game, fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him the first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 19 yards there on the catch and run. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Ball carrier.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the draw, Connor. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Bridgewater. He's going to let it fly. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. They'll try and run it in, and he's going to get in for the 2 points. It was an incredibly gutsy call, but they've taken the lead by a point late in the game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Back to throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Browns.
Go. Check back 21. Check back 21.
Back to throw. Wentz gets it off to Freeman. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
At the 46-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Wentz's pass intercepted. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. Yeah, I got you. 51's the mark. 51's the mark. Yeah.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense.